Yes, good morning students. Myself Vishnu Prasad. So I am going to explain once again the formulas which we are using for to calculate the various performance parameters, performance of an engine. So the first is brake power. So brake power is nothing but 2 pi nt by 60. So if you put the torque in terms of kilonewtons, you will get the power in terms of kilowatts. So next we have indicated power that I have shown you, it is not there here. So indicated power is given by formula is PMLANK by 60. Okay. So to determine the torque, I told you we have different types of dynamometers. This is one brake drum dynamometer, W minus S into D plus D by 2. Okay, W is the weight that we are going to add on one side of the brake drum, and S is the spring balancing. The other end of the rope is connected to the spring balance. So the net load is W minus S, and the perpendicular distance is rope brake drum dia, that is capital D, plus rope dia by 2. So this you are going to get in torque in terms of kilonewtons. So by substituting this torque in the brake power formula, that is 2 pi nt by 60, you are going to get the brake power. So after getting brake power and indicated power, you are going to calculate the mechanical efficiency, which is nothing but brake power by indicated power. Next we have thermal efficiency. It is also called as brake thermal efficiency. It is nothing but BP divided by MF into CV. So brake power divided by mass of the fuel consumption into calorific value of the fuel. So it will be in terms of percentage, so you won't get any units. So next we have a indicated thermal efficiency. So indicated thermal efficiency is nothing but IP divided by MF into CV. Next we have volumetric efficiency. So volumetric efficiency is nothing but the actual volume by swept volume. Actual volume in the sense what is the amount of air that is taken inside the cylinder divided by swept volume. So swept volume is given by pi by 4 d square L into n, small n it is. Okay, make sure that it is a small n, not a capital N. So again n equal to capital N if it is a 2-stroke engine, and a small n equal to capital N by 2 for 4-stroke engines. Okay, so we have a actual volume that is given by CD into A naught under root 2G HA. Okay, or if they have given the atmospheric pressure and mass of the air is given and atmospheric temperature is given, you can use that formula PAVA equal to MA into RTA, that is the gas equation. So from that you can calculate volume of the air VA, that is MA RTA by PA. So after getting VA and VS, we can calculate volumetric efficiency, that is actual volume VA by swept volume VS. Okay. So these are the performance parameters which I have explained in the last class, and one more parameter, that is a specific fuel consumption. Okay. So specific fuel consumption is nothing but the amount of fuel consumed by the engine. So in that we have brake specific fuel consumption and indicated specific fuel consumption. So brake specific fuel consumption is nothing but MF by BP. So MF will be in kg per hour and BP will be in kilowatts. So we will get BSFC in terms of kg per kilowatt hour. Similarly, based on indicated power, we are going to calculate the ISFC, that is indicated specific fuel consumption. It is nothing but MF by IP, so many kg per kilowatt hour. Okay, so I have covered up to till I think in the previous class. So now the other thing what important is, we are going to draw the one sheet that is called as the heat balance sheet. So it gives the complete data of the heat supplied and heat carried away by the various process. So a complete record, it will be drawn in terms of a tabular column. Okay, and it will be in minute basis. Okay, so for every minute how much of heat is supplied and how much of heat is carried away by various process of the engine, we are going to calculate, and we are going to draw in a tabular column in terms of percentage basis. Okay, so I am going to explain here what do you mean by heat balance sheet. So in the exam they may ask you what define and draw the heat balance sheet, they will ask you. So how to define the heat balance sheet? It is nothing but a complete record of heat supplied, okay, and heat carried away during a certain interval of time by an IC engine, and it is entered in a tabulated form is known as heat balance sheet. So usually it will be in the minute basis. Okay, so we have to calculate what is the heat supplied and how the heat is carried away by various processes. So first, how the heat is supplied, we know that how the heat is supplied in the AC engine means by burning the fuel. Okay, so here you can see that first formula, heat supplied by fuel is equal to mf into CV. So mf is nothing but mass of the fuel that we are going to supply. Suppose in the problem, if he has given in hour basis means you have to convert into minute basis. So if the trial is for 1 hour means you have to divide by 60, so that you will get kg per minute if you divide by 60. Or if he has given for 20 minutes means again if you have to divide by 20, so you will get in kg per minute. Okay, so mf is the mass of the fuel supplied and CV is nothing but the calorific value. So mf is in kg per minute and calorific value unit is kilojoules per kg. So kg gets cancelled. The unit we are going to get is kilojoules per minute. I told you all the heat balance sheet will be on the minute basis. So heat supplied by the fuel is given by mf into CV. So it is nothing but QS, Q suffix S. It is nothing but the heat supplied to the engine in kilojoules per minute. So now we have to calculate how the heat is carried away by various processes. Okay. So one by one I am going to explain here. First, heat equivalent to brake power. So we have calculated the brake power already, that is BP equal to 2 pi nt by 60. It will be in kilowatts. Kilowatts, or it is called kilojoules per second. But here we want in terms of kilojoules per minute. So BP into 60, that gives kilojoules per minute. This is nothing but heat equivalent to brake power. Okay, so that first one is the heat supplied and the second one is the heat equivalent to brake power. Next, heat carried away by cooling water. So I told you that the engine has to be cooled, either it may be a water cooled or air cooled. So here heat carried away by cooling water he has given, so it is a water cooled engine. So how to calculate the heat carried away by cooling water means, so it is nothing but mass of the water multiplied by specific heat of the water. So m suffix w indicates mass of the water that we are supplying to the water jackets, and C suffix w gives the specific heat of water, and in the bracket it is nothing but Tw0 minus Twi, or it may be delta Tw, that is a difference in water temperature. So what is Tw0 and Twi means? So Tw0 is the water outlet temperature. So after the, and Twi is the water inlet temperature. So when the water enters to the cooling jackets of an engine, when it circulates the engine, when it comes out, it will be at a higher temperature, that is the outlet water temperature. So Tw0 minus Twi gives the rise in temperature, that is delta Tw. Okay, and it will be on kilojoules per minute again. Okay, so mass m suffix w is the mass flow rate of the water, and C suffix w is the specific heat of the water, and specific heat of the water is constant, students. So it is 4.187, exact value it is 4.187 for water. Okay, so in the exam they may give or may not give, you have to remember that constant terms, that is specific heat of water is 4.187, it is kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin. Okay, so this is how we are going to calculate heat equivalent to BP and heat carried away by cooling water. And next we have heat carried away by exhaust gas. Okay, so how to calculate the heat carried away by exhaust gas means, it is nothing but mg. Mg is the mass of the gas into Cpg. Cpg is nothing but specific heat of the gas, and in the bracket it is Tg minus Ta. So Tg indicates temperature of the gas and Ta indicates the atmospheric temperature. Okay, atmospheric temperature or air temperature we can say. So how to calculate here mg? Mg is nothing but mass of the gas. When you burn the air fuel mixture, what we are going to get, it is nothing but the gas. It is nothing but mixture of air and fuel. So mg is equal to ma plus mf. Ma is the mass of the air and mf is the mass of the fuel. It should be in kg per minute. Okay, and Cpg is the specific heat of the gas, so we can assume it as 1.005. again it is a constant term. Okay, so now how to calculate the mass of the air and mass of the fuel? Mass of the fuel they may give in the exam in the problem itself, that is mass of how much fuel that is supplied to the engine. Then the question arises how to calculate the mass of the air. So we know that the density is nothing but mass by volume. So rho A equal to ma by Va. So if you cross multiply rho A and Va, we are going to get mass of the air. Now the question is how to calculate the rho A. Rho A we know that Pa by R into Ta. Pa is the atmospheric pressure. We know that atmospheric pressure is nothing but 1.0132 bar. Okay, so convert into kilopascals by multiplying by 100. Divide by R into Ta. So R is the gas constant. It is 0.287 kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin. And Ta is the atmospheric temperature. They may give in the question. Okay, so by knowing Pa, R and Ta with reference to the what pressure they have given and what temperature they have given, we can calculate the density of the air. So we know that density of the air varies with respect to the temperature at a particular time. So depending upon the what temperature they have given, so Pa is nothing but atmospheric pressure. It is 101.327 kilopascals or 1.0132 bar we can say. R is 0.287 kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin. So by knowing R, Pa and Ta, calculate the rho A. So rho A into Va gives the mass of the air. Now how to calculate Va? So Va is nothing but Cd into A naught in under root 2G Ha. Okay. So how to calculate Va means, by how to calculate Ha means, in the last class I explained you, either we can calculate Va using this formula or PV equal to MRT I told you. By knowing mass of the air, if you know here we don't know mass of the air only. So to calculate Va, the formula you have to use this Cd into A naught under root 2G Ha. Cd is nothing but the coefficient of discharge. A naught is the area of the orifice under root 2G Ha. G is the acceleration due to gravity and Ha is the head of the air. So now how to calculate head of the air means by balancing. The head of the air means what is the amount of air that is entering into the engine cylinder. So by balancing head of the air multiplying density of the air is equal to head of the water into density of the water. So while supplying the air we are using the water manometer. So due to the air pressure in the U-tube manometer, in the two limbs, left limb and right limb, there will be difference in water column. So that difference is noted down, it is HW. Okay. So by knowing HW, density of the water is 1000, we know that, and rho A we have calculated already in the above, it is P by RTA. So by knowing rho A, HW and rho W, HA can be calculated, that is the head of the air. Okay. So after getting the head of the air, substitute in the above formula Va, calculate Va. So Va multiplied by rho A gives the mass of the air. So now mass of the gas is nothing but mass of the air plus mass of fuel. Mass of fuel will be given in the question itself. So by calculating mass of the air and mass of the fuel, that is mass of the gas, we can calculate the heat carried away by exhaust gas, that is mg into Cpg in the bracket Tg minus Ta. So now the heat equivalent to frictional power. The fifth one is heat equivalent to frictional power. So how to calculate frictional power? Already I explained in the last class. It is a difference of indicated power and brake power, Ip minus Bp. So after calculating the frictional power, so now we are going to calculate heat equivalent to frictional power, that is Fp into 60. So usually frictional power will be in kilowatts, that is kilojoules per second. So if you multiply it by 60, you will get kilojoules per minute. So that is the heat equivalent to frictional power. And the last one, we don't know how the heat is gone away. Okay. So that heat can be noted as unaccountable heat. So this is nothing but heat supplied minus of heat carried away by various process. So heat carried away various process is nothing but heat equivalent. Q1 is heat equivalent to BP. Q2 is heat carried away by cooling water. Q3 is nothing but the heat carried away by exhaust gas, and Q4 is nothing but the heat equivalent to frictional power. So Qs minus of Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4 gives the unaccountable heat. So this is how we are going to calculate heat carried away by various process, heat supplied and heat carried away by various process. Now we have to put this in the tabular column in terms of minute basis, and we are supposed to calculate percentage basis, how much percentage of heat carried away by various process. So in the next slide I am going to show that how the heat is carried away by various process in terms of percentage basis. So we can observe here, this is how we are going to draw the heat balance sheet. So you can see in the top, that is heat supplied by burning fuel, that is the MF into CV. So whatever the value you are going to get, that you are supposed to write on the right side, that is kilojoules per minute. Now in the next column it has given heat observed. So the first one is heat observed or equivalent to BP, that is BP into 60, you will get in kilojoules per minute. And next, whatever the value you get, you will write it there. Next, heat carried away by cooling water, that is Q1, Q2, it is nothing but MW CPW into outlet water temperature minus inlet water temperature. So whatever the value you will get, you write it on the fourth column in kilojoules per minute. Similarly, by exhaust gas, whatever you got the value, you write it. Similarly, by equivalent to frictional power, you write it. And finally, last one, unaccountable heat, whatever you are going to get, you write it there. Now, to calculate the percentage basis, how to calculate the percentage basis? We know that first one, heat equivalent to BP. So whatever you will get, that divided by heat supplied. Heat supplied is nothing but MF into CV. So heat equivalent to BP divided by heat supplied into 100 gives the percentage of heat equivalent to BP. Okay. Next is nothing but heat carried away by cooling water. In terms to calculate in terms of percentage, so whatever you value, you will get heat carried by cooling water Q2 divided by heat supplied QS. That gives the heat carried in terms of percentage, heat equivalent to or heat carried by cooling water. Similarly, Q3 by QS, that is the Q3 by QS into 100 gives the heat carried away by exhaust gas in terms of percentage. Next is Q4 by QS. QS is nothing but the heat supplied. So Q4 by QS into 100 gives the percentage of heat carried by frictional power. And next, finally, we have Q5 by QS. That gives the percentage in terms of percentage, that is unaccountable heat. So if you add all the percentage what we get in the last column, so finally in the total percentage you will get 99.98 or 97 or 99 even. So that depends on how many decimals you are using. If you skip the decimals, you may get 99.6, 99.9, 99.91, varying like that. So this is how you are going to calculate the heat balance sheet, and you are going to put it in the tabular column. This is nothing but the heat balance sheet. And next, here he has given specific heat of water. I have mentioned here, it is 4.187. It is nothing but so many kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin. And R is nothing but the 0.287. It is again a kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin. It is the gas constant. So students, now I hope you have understood what I mean by heat balance sheet and what all the performance parameters we are going to calculate. So first one, we are going to calculate indicated power, next brake power, next mechanical efficiency, volumetric efficiency, brake specific fuel consumption, indicated specific fuel consumption, brake thermal efficiency, indicated thermal efficiency, and also we have air standard efficiency. That formula I have not shown here. When you go to the problem, I will explain you that. So we have air standard efficiency and relative efficiencies. These are all some of the performance parameters we are going to calculate, and finally the heat balance sheet. Okay, so this is the thing we are going to do, the performance of characters we are going to calculate and put it in the tabular column. So I hope students by this time you might be clear with all the performance parameters. So this is the easiest chapter, student. Only thing is you should read the question properly and put the units in a common unit. Don't put one in mm, one in centimeter and one in meter, and don't put one in pressure as a bar and one in kilopascals. So everything you put it in kilopascals. And the temperature, don't put one in degree centigrade and one in Kelvin. Always try to put it in the degree Kelvin, and always try to put the units in terms of meters. Okay, and while calculating the heat balance sheet, it should be on minute basis. So suppose if he has given the water flow rate in kg per second, you convert into kg per minute by multiplying by 60. Okay. If the trial has given for 1 hour, you divide by 60, so that you will get per minute. If the trial is given for 10 minutes, duration of an engine is given by 10 minutes, you divide by 10, so you will get the values on minute basis. So I hope all of you understood this. So in the next class we will solve some problems based on this. We will solve some 2 to 3 problems. Then we will go for another topic in this, how to calculate the indicated power and frictional power, different methods used for single cylinder and multi cylinders. Okay, so we go through this. Once this chapter is complete, I am going to put the share the photos of all the topics from beginning to the ending, including problems and theory. Don't worry about the notes. Anyhow, the same notes I am going to put it. If you are unable to download it here, once again, if it is required, I will take a screenshot and I am going to share it in your this WhatsApp groups. Okay, students. Okay, bye. Be safe. Take care. Okay. So I will continue in the next class.